Hey, everybody, welcome to the Approximate Podcast. My name's Jamie French, and this is a weird late episode of TGQ&A. I got Stephanie here, and
Yo,
everybody knows Stephanie. Stephanie Special, say hi again.
yo.
Let the people know you're here.
Hey, I'm here.
Please try to sound like you're not a cancer patient.
I'm right here.
And we also have a very special guest on the show, longtime listener, first-time caller, Wred Fawks. Say hi to everybody.
Hello. What's up, my dudes?
That's Wred Fawks with a W. The Q is silent. So we're doing a weird thing for this particular podcast. It's a system that I'm not quite used to. We're going through Google Hangouts so that we can get our guest onto the show in the easiest way that we can. We're like circumventing Skype, and this is all done on cell phones. So let's see how it goes. This is just a test, but it seems to be working. So with that out of the way, first things first, I got to tell the listeners that I apologize for, and I told you, Stephanie, that I was going to do this. My mom always told me never to apologize, but I have to in this instance. The podcast schedule is going off the rails, and there's a reason for it. I'm spreading myself too thin. I'm spinning a lot of plates, and I say that all the time on this show, but really it's we're in the thick of it, and things are kind of nasty and like schedule wise. So I'm going to do the very best I can to make sure that the shows that we have land on the days that I tell you they're going to land on. Like in this instance, this is live. This is a TGQ&A. This should be happening on a Friday. What you should be seeing right now and earlier on in the day is pre-recorded. It's one of our flagship shows, a Monday show. But that's just not the way it turned out. So much shit is going on around the house right now. I apologize. This shit will get back on track soon. So just, try to play along, But with that out of the way, with that little apology, let's kind of catch up on to just get a few things out of the way before we get to our questions and answers. Immediately right now, people might notice that I look a little different. Who the fuck cares? I got brown hair now. So if you don't like it, fuck you. And if you do like it, fuck you. And what else? What else is going on? Recording my band's album really soon. So that's in the works. That's This Island Earth with my usual co-host who isn't here right now, Orion Quest, as my drummer, and we're going to be working long and hard with that, and that's one of the reasons that these shows are getting so fucked up, because we're having to deal with a lot of that. There's a lot of pressure there. And geez, you know what? The last thing that I want to talk about before we get to questions and answers, I'm going to save for the end of the show, and it has to do with the thing that you and I have been up to with the whole you know what I'm talking about. Cool. Yeah, the speak out thing. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, we'll save that for the end. So now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and welcome our brand new Google. Was it Google what? Google
Hangout.
Google Hangout. Our brand new first time Google Hangout guest, Wred Fawks. That's WRED FAWKS. For those of you that are looking on Twitter. Yeah. Wred, how you doing? Motherfucker, welcome to the show.
I'm doing good. I'm having fun. I wish I had some whiskey or some wine, but what can I do?
I have a little bit.
Cheers.
I bought. Yeah, we'll drink on your behalf.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh man.
Well, I wouldn't ask you to get any liver damage. I am from Wisconsin. We can drink pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, here's one of the things that I wanted to mention at the top of the show, but I forgot, and now I remember. Real quick, I'm quitting smoking. So I got this weird little faggy pink thing in my hands right here. You guys can see it on the deal. That's a vape. I've gone without cigarettes for 3 days, and the nicotine urge like started hitting hard today. So I went and I picked up a little doodad just for the nicotine fix. It has no tar, it has no like tobacco, and it's a vape. It's a fucking vape. So I'm gonna look like a douchebag for about 3 weeks, having my fucking lips on the vape. I'm not a vapor. I'm just trying to wean my way out of smoking cigarettes. Wred Fawks, you smoke, right?
Yeah, I've been trying to quit for the better part of 8 years now.
8 years. When did you start?
Let's see, I'm 26 now, so 12 years now.
12 years. Yeah. Have you ever successfully quit for like a matter of months? Have you ever gotten that far?
I think the longest period where I went without a smoke was about 3.5 months.
Wow. Wow.
And
It's fucking tough,
yeah.
ain't it? It's so fucking tough.
Yes, it is.
I got 3 days before I had to buy a little fucking hipster goddamn vape thing. And you know what? It's not even that great, but it has a lot of nicotine in it. I told him to pump the juice full of nicotine, and it gets the job
Yep.
done. But man, it's not a smoke. It's not a smoke. But I have my resolve. I'm 38 years old, and I've quit semi-successfully 6 times in my life since the age of 16. And this time I'm really not fucking around. So, and I know how I deal with vapes. I get sick of them after about 2 weeks. So I spent $38 on this thing just to like calm my nerves after not buying cigarettes. And then I'll get bored of this. And then hopefully I won't give a fuck about smoking. But
Yep.
I have all of my friends and family around me. I've told them explicitly, if I start fucking up,
Choke her out.
choke me out, smack that fucking cigarette out of my hand, throw them in the trash, rip them up. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I've had my fun.
Yeah, they're too expensive.
They're too expensive, and they're just, I can feel it. I can feel it taking its toll on my body. I can feel about 10 years worth of agony and depression and being tired that is just from the cigarettes. And it needs to stop now. I would be a much happier person if I had quit long ago. So anyway, I'm sorry. I totally interrupted your deal by saying that.
Oh no.
I just thought it was
No,
noteworthy.
it's a very noteworthy thing and a good thing to go on about. So no, but you made the comment of being a happier person, and you made comment to me on this in DMs, but I went back through and I looked at the sort of shit that I was posting on my Twitter and that I was going through on my YouTube, and I was just like, man, I was really coming off as an asshole, and I unfollowed probably 100 people, and
Oh my
I've noticed
goodness.
within like the last 2 weeks,
Okay, look,
I'm so much happier now.
Dude, okay, look.
I mean, I think a lot of it was just consuming the media that I was consuming.
Well, look, first of all, I want to give people that are listening, we haven't even gotten to the questions yet, but that's okay. We will.
Oh yeah.
But I want to give people an idea of what you're talking about, because it's just coming out of the blue. This is something that you and I know about.
Oh yeah.
And I want to kind of put a head on it and give people direction, because if you're bringing it up, I wasn't going to bring it up because I didn't want to overstep my boundaries and put you on the spot. But if you're bringing it up, here's what I want to tell people. And if I sound shitty, fucking shut me down. You know, I don't mean to. Okay, this is all coming from a good place, but I have a big mouth. So I just want to put it out there for folks like this. Here's what I'm going to say. And let me talk until I get to be too much, and then shut me down. All right. For the listeners at home, here's how I know Wred Fawks. Wred Fawks is a listener of the show, and somebody I didn't know from Adam. You know, I just thought they were just a normal fuck off like anybody else, like I am when I listen to my favorite shows. And eventually I found them on Twitter through social media. I found them on social media, and I followed them, and they followed me, and we would upvote each other's tweets and things, and everything was pretty normal. And then, okay, so here's what happened. I started seeing things that made me feel weird. Okay, in all honesty, it made me feel weird. I saw these things that I mean, anybody that's listened to the show or that knows me over the course of years knows that I'm I'm not a patriotic person. I'm not I don't I don't join clubs. I don't stand for things. I'm weird in that way. And the only thing I care about on this earth is treating people with respect and trying to help as many folks as I can, as my constitution allows me to do. You know, we sell nasty jokes on this show. We can seem very dark. Sure, we can. But that's all fun and games. When it comes right down to it, I try to be the best person I can, you know, and by best, I mean doing as little harm as possible and bringing as much joy as possible. So saying that, I'm reading Wred Fawks tweets here, and I'm seeing things that make me very uncomfortable. I'm seeing a lot of, okay, now this is the part where you might want to shut me down, Red. I don't want to I don't want to step on you. But I'm seeing things that are nationalistic. I'm seeing things that are kind of alt-righty. I'm seeing things that are the term that the kids use, the term that's hip right now is kind of toxic. Toxic, I think, is the word.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I knew this person was a fan of the show, and I could tell there was something I could tell on sight that I shouldn't fuck this person off. That like there's something good there that I recognize. And it got to for me, it got to be the tweets that I saw they seemed to be a little too much, a little too heavy-handed. And so I didn't want to block you or anything because you're a fan of the show, and that alone is worth respect. But I had to mute you because I can't constantly keep seeing these things. And I was very honest and upfront with you. And I said, look, dude, I don't mean to fuck you off, but I had to mute you. And then we traded an email and a few DMs back and forth. And then I felt like an asshole. I was like, maybe, dude, I'm a little too rash. Maybe I should have just. I wasn't as patient as I wasn't practicing what I preach, and it was a mistake to mute you and to kind of silence you.
Oh, I wouldn't go so far. I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to say that you were an asshole. You were, trying to be self-protective. But one of the things that I'm in a lot of conservative circles. So,
well, I'm very interested.
There's a lot of stuff that gets shared around. So
I'm so interested to hear about that because I got to be honest with you. It's everybody is birds of a feather kind of situation. And I tend to surround myself with folks that are, I mean, if you got to put a label on it, let's just be upfront and honest. It's leaning left. It's leaning liberal. Now that's the label you put on it. Again, I'm like, as far as I'm concerned, I'm like Groucho Marx. Any club that would have me as a member, I want to be a part of. So I don't like join groups or clubs, but I do recognize from an objective standpoint, how people would lump me, how people would describe me. So those are the only kind of people that I really get to talk to. So I'm sincerely interested in hearing what our first Google Hangout guest and fan of the show has to say that comes from a completely different stratosphere than what I'm used to. This is enthralling for me. Tell me about yourself, Red.
Well, I guess my family is much more military and police oriented. We got a lot of cops and a lot of former service members there.
Really?
So that's where a lot of
Without
Well,
getting
yeah.
specific, where are you guys based out of? Like, what part of the country?
We're like in terms of like my direct family, it's out of southeast Wisconsin, but
Oh,
my
okay. So,
yeah, my
so like
granddad
northern
was
Midwest.
yep, my granddad was First Army, or my dad's dad, so that side was First Army during World War II. My
Yeah.
ma's dad was Navy in the Pacific Theater during World War II.
Huh.
Got second and third cousins that are uh, vets of both wars in Iraq. I got, and then what is it? 5 cousins that are various different police forces spread across the country, all the way
Wow.
down in Arizona, Florida, and where's the other one? North Carolina.
Wow. Now,
So
do you have any experience or any designs on going into the military, or
uh, I was a
following
Navy
the?
recruit for all of about 8 months until I got in a nasty car accident that medboarded me before I even got to go to boot camp.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow.
And that was
And
about, what, 5 years ago or so?
wow. Well, okay. So I gotta ask because again, I never really get an opportunity to ask this kind of question. What was it that inspired you to enlist?
Well, it was a combination of things. One, my mom wanted me to get a decent job. I knew that it'd be able to help me get back into school. And
Ah,
I also knew that I needed a lot more structure in my life. So uh, I looked at doing police work and I was just like, nah, too many corrupt cops, too many corrupt politicians. I think I'm just gonna go enlist in the Navy because they got some really awesome programs.
wow.
So
Wow. I have some things to say about that. When I was how old were you when you came to that decision?
I was 20.
You were 20. I remember being around that age. I was about 18, 19, and I was listless. I had no future. I was just a scumbag fucking musician from the age of 15, had no direction or course in my life, and I didn't have the kind of political, moral, or uh, just pragmatic wherewithal that I do at 38 when I was 18. But I remember succinctly thinking that the army might be an amazing thing to do because I wanted that kind of structure. There was something
Mhm.
very, very appealing about having the entire course of your day laid out in front of you. And all you had to do was cross the T's and dot the I's and do what the man said, and things would be
So
fine.
long as you
And that
weren't
was,
flat-footed.
yeah. And that was so appealing, that sense of order. Um, but I never went through with it. My dad was a midshipman in the Navy. My brother worked on a nuclear submarine. Like one of my uncles is a firefighter. Like we have people in my family that follow that kind of path. Um, and it was in my burgeoning years as a young adult, those things seem very alluring to me. But I never went through with them because my attitude and my disdain for authority kind of overrode my need for structure. And that's why I never went into it. And at that young age, it was never about morality or fuck the army, they kill children, or it was none of that shit. I
Yeah,
just didn't like answering to anybody. And it's kind of that way to this very day. Now I've smoothed out my edges. I
yeah.
I know when to say yes sir or no sir when it's appropriate. But
Mhm.
when I was 18, that's the only thing that kept me from doing the army was I wanted all the structure, but I didn't want anybody telling me how to go about it. you know. Um So yeah, I mean, that's very interesting that you say it that way. That now, let me ask you this: beyond what the you say you were going to sign up for the army? Is that what it was?
No, I was signing up for the Navy. I
The Navy, the
actually wanted to
Navy, the
work
Navy.
nuke, but
I'm sorry, the
yeah.
Navy. Uh, Outside of that, what was, and I don't want to dig. I don't want to. I'm not trying to turn this in any sort of way. But were you looking at the Navy as a last resort or as any resort, or did you have something that you wanted to do that precluded the Navy? That you just felt, oh fuck, that's just a pie in the sky dream. I might as well join the Navy. Like, tell me,
Well, I
were you
mean,
directionless?
I wasn't directionless. I mean, I was working at a dead-end factory job that I hated, putting out applications
Yeah.
basically everywhere, but they saw a college dropout, absolute shit GPA. Yeah, we're not going to hire them. So I was just like, oh, I know one of these is going to pick up. The band's doing halfway decent. And you know what? The guitarist and singer is an asshole. I don't like
Oh,
dealing
okay.
with the drummer because he's always late. You know what? I've
Okay,
been thinking
so
about joining the Navy since I was in college. Fuck it, I'm gonna join the Navy because I want to, because I can actually do something more than what I'm doing here.
I'm hearing
It
something new
wasn't
here.
necessarily that I was listless. It was
Right, right. I'm hearing something new here. New information as far as our listeners are concerned. So there was a band. You had aspirations in the
yeah,
arts.
yeah,
Is
and I still do.
so
I
if
mean, I still draw and I still play bass. I'm not in a band right now, but
so at that age was okay, let me cut to the quick of it. Was your dream, you had a dream. You had a dream, and I suppose if
yeah.
tell me if I'm wrong, your dream is to make and play music. Is that it?
Well,
Or was that just a hobby?
that it was a hobby, and I mean, it still is, and I still enjoy playing music. But my dream was always to leave more of a uh, some sort of positive impact and to be able to serve my country some way. So
Oh wow. Oh
I don't
wow.
know if
So
if that comes through being some sort of community leader. That's what it
now
does, and I had the mind to join the service. So
now here's where things are gonna get because I love that you bring that up. Here's where things are gonna get a little possible. I'm not gonna guarantee anything, but it possibly might get awkward. All right. I'm very
all right,
interested in
well,
how
awkward's
you
always
put
fun.
that. I'm very interested in how you put that, that you wanted to serve your country. What is it about the idea of a country that you belong to that appeals to you?
I don't know. I mean, it's more of like I guess it's one of those funny things too. It's just like what makes you part of your family, And I'm not just talking like your mom, your dad. I'm talking like your 27th cousin that you just met, sort of thing.
Right.
But it's sort of that same thing with me. I mean, I don't care if someone's my neighbor. If I see that they're having a house fire, I'm going to try and help out. If I see that their house is
Right.
going to break into, I'm going to call the cops and try and help out.
But
So
now,
it's sort of that same thing of just
sure,
helping out my neighbors to the ultimate end.
I see. Now, is the line drawn at the neighbors within the confines of your country, or do you feel that way about every human you might encounter?
Well, I feel that way about most people that I encounter, really. I mean, sure, some of the things that I was saying on Twitter may come off as alt-right, but
Oh no, honey, let me before you
yeah,
say anything else,
no,
I'm not look, I'm not trying to do that fucking thing where
yeah,
I'm not trying to do that like uh what's the word for it? Hold on, give me a second.
double back and catching a trap sort of thing.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm trying to do at all. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not
Yeah,
trying to do that Socratic argument. This is not an argument. I'm really asking questions. I really sincerely want to know. Like I said,
yeah,
I don't come from this. So I'm asking for things
mhm,
that I don't necessarily understand, or I want
mhm,
you to fix things that I think I understand wrong-headedly, you know?
mhm.
I'm not trying to make you look like a bad guy at all. That's not what this is. I'm literally asking questions from a point of admitted ignorance. Okay. Is that fair?
She's not shit guesting you.
I guess no, that question of where would I draw the line on, helping out people worldwide would be, is that group hurting people? Are they actually, are they helping or are they harming? So like the Nazi question most definitely would be hardcore against the Nazis. So that sort of thing.
I see. Okay, so I'm sorry, people that are listening right now. I just took a swig of, was it Jameson? Yeah, bought some Jameson. Treat myself tonight, and ruining it by taking a fucking drag of goddamn hipster vape. Sorry, one cancels out the other. Manly with the Jameson, fucking queer mo with the fucking vape. That's okay. This is
trans.
Again, it's perfect for the Approximate podcast. We're approximately a podcast. Okay, listen. So, this is very interesting what you just said. I think instead of drilling you or asking you a bunch of questions that make you, I don't want you to feel like I'm putting you in a corner at all.
Oh, no, I don't feel that way at all either.
So what I want you to do is I want you to put on your boxing gloves, and I want you to, I'm going to say some stuff about me, and I want you to punch holes through my theory. Can you do that?
We'll see if I can.
Well, because I want to, kind of bust open like, here, let's use the parlance of 2017. Let's see if we can break each other out of each other's echo chambers, as it were.
All right.
If we're going to use 25-year-old internet speak. So here we go. So the way I sees it, my worldview is I was never patriotic. I was never nationalistic. If somebody were to ask me what I believe in, I would say I believe in the Commonwealth. I believe in people and doing as good as you can. Just the most hippy-dippy thing you could ever think of. I believe in exposing positive actions and limiting bad, negative actions. It's that simple in Sesame Street for me. And so I don't believe in what I think is a very huge thing in America and most countries, if I'm to be fair. I don't dig on totems. I don't dig on flags or anthems. I don't dig on representation of tribalism. I don't dig on tribalism. I'm not a totem type person. And here's why. Here's why. When my mom fucked my dad, they never asked me if I wanted to be born, and they never asked me where on this tiny orb of spinning magma. They never asked me where, when, how, or why. I was just pulled screaming into this earth without, as we all were. And so who am I to lay claim to anything? I'm a speck of dust on a speck of dust. And as far as I'm concerned, the speck of dust is like this. It's for everyone. None of us asked to be here. So why isn't the whole world everybody's all the time forever? So I don't believe in borders. I don't believe in insurgents. I don't believe in the dangers of refugees. I believe in people, and I believe in helping. And I believe that when I'm faced with whoever I'm in front of, it's my responsibility to treat them as human as I'd want them to treat me. And that's where it stops. Outside of that thought, I have no dividing lines. I have no sense of nation or responsibility to my tribe. I don't have a tribe. because I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow. I could be dead. I could be on the other side of the globe. And when I'm on the other side of the globe, I'm going to have to interact with the people that are on that side of the globe. And
Yep.
it's all I can be is just a person for about, barring a bus accident or a disease, for about 77 years. So I can't, it feels silly to lay claim to nation or any kind of patriotism. I'm just some fucker and I'm fleeting. And I 4.5 billion years passed and I was nothing, and I'll be something for maybe 70 years. And then another, about 5 billion years will pass and nothing. And then the heat death of the universe and nothing. So why do I invest so much in being anti stuff? Now, I got to admit, I am a curmudgeon, but my curmudgeon-y, if that's a word, extends as far as pop culture. Oh, I'm old, I don't like anime. Oh, I'm old, video games are for kids. That's about as severe as it gets. But when it comes to being a fucking person, I can't lay claim to a nation or a territory. I can't define myself by a tribe. Now you've heard a hippy dippy motherfucker say all of that. What, from your point of view, from your living experience, Jesus Christ, from your living experience, what would you say to somebody like me that says that hippy dippy stuff?
Well, I'd say that by the First Amendment, you got every right to say what you want to say. I mean, I would ask too, you lay claim to your own work. Yeah. It's your intellectual property. It's the same thing with your career path, whether that be podcaster, porn star, musician, that sort of thing, public speaker. That may not be a succinct tribe, but that's still a group. That's still sort of in group that you go along with, and that's something that you are taking ownership of. So
I can see where you're coming from there. I can absolutely see where you're coming from there, and that makes you bring up a lot of good points. I gotta tell you, and this is why it sucks to talk about things that are topical on a show like mine, because I'm really fucked up and weird. And case in point, the things
you're not the only one. You're not the only one.
Well, the things that you brought up, let's say the porn, for example. Even within porn, I'm only a tribe member as it's there for me to make money. The only, like in porn, the only thing I stand up for, if I stand up at all for anything, is for people not to be fucked with, like, abuse and stuff. But
I've seen that very much, and I agree. I mean,
I've burnt more, like in the business. I have burnt more bridges than I've ever built because I don't agree with the way that porn works. I take everything on as an individual, and I'm not saying I'm a libertarian. That's not. I'm not trying to drive it to that. I'm just saying that I make everything that I do my own venture, and I only weigh my success and my failures by my own actions. So even then, even in porn, I don't join clubs and I don't rely on anybody except myself. I rely only on my own individual idea of what porn is, like, to make money. And then even then I can throw that away because it's just a money making venture. I can make money sucking dicks. I can make money at the drugstore. I can make money pumping gas. Money's nothing to me. That's just how you get to keep surviving and having hamburgers. As far as I'm concerned, when it comes to art and stuff, I give everything away for free. My band, we don't charge for albums. We don't, when I make something that is when I have something to say that's from my person, I never charged money for it ever. And it's been that way since I said the only thing that matters to me when I make art, and I don't even like the word art because it's loaded. It's a loaded word. It's a pretentious word. It's a word that
So
people
much more
use.
so these days than it was 10 years ago
Yeah.
when I was getting into it.
Right. But when I make stuff that is pure and from myself, I never charge a dime for it. And I've said this from day one. From when I was fucking 16, I used to tell people, if I can make a song that makes one motherfucker in Nantucket happy, then I've done my job. I don't need any money. I just put a smile on somebody's face from something that was pure, that came from out of me. It's and this is why I'm 38 and I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, because my principles don't pay. If you have principles, you're going to be poor forever. And that's kind of where I come from. So I don't know. Look, I've jawed at the mouth for a long time. And I feel like I'm stepping all over. Stephanie hasn't said a goddamn thing since I've been talking.
I know.
I've just been listening.
That.
I've just been listening. What do you want me to comment on?
Well, hold on. I want Red to say something.
Yeah.
Do you want to be called Red or Fox? How do you want me to?
Red's fine.
Is Red fine? Okay, Red. So I want Red to say her piece, and then I'm going to try as hard as I can to kind of parlay this into at least one question, because I think we've been on now for, where's the timer on this thing?
I think we've been going about 37 minutes.
Is there anything about my my hippy dippy shit that you want to talk about before I swing it over to Stephanie and make her say something?
No, I got no comment, because I can understand where you're coming from. I mean, just because I'm a bit of a conservative and a little bit of an asshole doesn't mean that I'm gonna shit on someone for having a different view.
Am I supposed to comment on that?
So long as that view doesn't want to hurt anybody.
Maybe I'll let you know, Stephanie. I noticed. Okay, I want you to explain one thing to me before we drop this. Okay, one thing. I don't know if it's still that way. I apologize for not keeping tabs on it, but I did remember this descriptor on your Twitter. You described yourself as a cuck-servative. What does that mean?
What, a cuck-servative cis one with a dick is the one that you're talking about?
Yeah. What is?
Oh, that goes back to some old drama from back in July.
What's cuck-servative mean?
Somebody called me a cuck because I said some things that were too liberal for them. So
I see.
I just said it to that just because I was being stupid. Then the cis woman with a dick part, that was just playing on the fact that I'm a cis normative trans woman.
Oh, okay. See, I thought that it was you trying to play both sides of the fence. That you're conservative, but also a little cucky.
I've been cucked before, so.
I see the word cuck thrown around political senses a lot of times on the internet, and I'm like, how does that work?
Oh, Red, explain to Stephanie what cuck means.
I know what the fuck cuck is. Jesus Christ.
No, I know what you think it means.
Well, in terms of like the shitlord internet context, it's being trapped in an echo chamber.
Oh, okay.
So that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
So it's like you're stuck within an ideology. So I was making a play on that.
Oh, okay.
All right. So are we ready to get to our first question? And it'll probably be our only question because we've burnt a lot of time just fucking fucking Wred Fawks. That's awesome. We've had such a good conversation that we haven't even gotten to the fucking questions.
This is a Monday show. We're gonna cut it and then call it a TGQ&A.
Yeah, we might as well call this a Monday show, like an official flagship Monday show.
You're part of 2 shows.
Oh,
but
cool
just
shit.
Maybe I don't know. Don't get too excited. It's her decision.
just out of fairness, we'll do one. We'll do one, okay? And I really want you to chime in, okay? So this is gonna be our first question from Evan Gregory or Evelyn, I believe. Yeah, Evelyn. Let's see. She has 3 questions. I'm just gonna say the first one, and I want to see what your input is, Red. All right. She says, number 1, I know the sorry, people type weird. I know that Texas is one of the best places to find barbecue. What makes a good barbecue sauce, and what is your favorite out of beef? What?
Is our thing still going?
Hold on, just a second.
Hold
on. I'm trying to find.
Might have dropped.
I thought so too.
Yeah, I think our hold on, just a second. Let me unplug and replug. That's okay. This is just a thing we can edit. Let's see if it pops back up. Just a second.
There should be a camera icon.
I see a camera icon. I'm clicking on it.
There you go.
Okay, there we are.
Can you see?
You see us?
There, you're back.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Jamie, in editing, here's the cut point. Cut about 5 minutes before that. You'll know because it's the barbecue question. Okay. So everybody, listen up. So here's a question that Evelyn, of all people, oh, God damn it. Evelyn's such a great listener of our show. Always, every week since questions. Evelyn has 3 questions. Evelyn's first question, and this is the one that we're going to tackle here. She says, I know that Texas is one of the best places to find barbecue. What makes good barbecue sauces, and what is your favorite cut of beef? Ah, Jesus. Well, Red, you're from the northern Midwest. Do you guys even know what barbecue is?
Yes, we do.
Oh, yeah? What makes a good barbecue, Red?
In my opinion, it'd be flavor and consistency. Those 2 things make a great sauce. So it has to be bold and it has to be creamy, for damn sure.
Okay, so you guys don't up
sauce.
north. You guys don't do a dry rub. You guys actually do the sauce.
We typically what I do is I would do a dry rub and then I'd glaze it with sauce as I'm cooking.
Oh, you motherfuckers. See, that's the thing. You guys got no dog in the fight, so you guys put both fuckers on your fucking meat. Dry and sauce? You sons of cheating bitches.
Yeah. What? Most sauces don't have enough pepper or garlic. So
what's your favorite cut of beef? Come on, you're a red-blooded American.
I've been pretty preferential to briskets these last 2 months. You
are correct. That is correct. Brisket, correct. Stephanie, what do you like in the barbecue?
Y'all gonna fucking hate me, but I like burnt ends.
You like what?
Burnt ends, man.
Burnt ends?
Yeah.
What is burnt ends?
So it's like
are good.
It's the charcoal little pieces of meat around the edges of the meat that you scrape off.
Off of any cut of, is it beef we're talking about?
I think it's off of a brisket. I think it's off of like a.
You can get burnt ends on pork. You can get them on beef.
Yeah.
They're like the burnt ends off of ribs are the absolute best. Doesn't matter if they're beef ribs or.
Yeah, it can be any. Yeah, it can be any meat or any cut. It's just like
I don't fuck it.
So
I don't
good.
like this question. This question is boring. This question is dull. I'm gonna do one more.
We never got yours
because it doesn't matter.
It's food. I love food.
Okay. For anybody that's wondering, to round it out, I like a good barbecue sauce. I'm Southern, so it has to be saucy. I like a nice brisket. It has to be made out of moo meat. And it should have a little bit of I don't know. I like what is Austin? The Austin barbecue. Judd's, Spuds. What is it? Go grab the fucking bottle. I got a bottle of it.
I know what it is. It's,
what is it? What is it? Spuds?
Something like that. Yeah.
What is it? I want to know.
It's fine. I don't want to take my headphones off. It's some S word, I think. Spikes or Spuds.
Spikes. No, now I have to know.
Sprouts.
I have to know. No, fuck that.
No, not Sprouts.
No, I'm gonna grab the sauce. Hold on. Now I'm gonna do a plug. I'm gonna do a fucking free plug so I can end this barbecue bit. That I'm in hell. I'm in hell. Hold on.
Okay, now that Jamie has her headphones off and isn't listening, my favorite sauce is Sweet Baby Ray's. But then
I like that one.
normally-
I like that one. Yeah.
All right, let's end this fucking Evelyn. I hope you're happy. You've put this show at a screaming halt. Here's the thing that I like about the barbecue. Here's the barbecue that I like. Okay, I'm in Texas. We do barbecue the best. Fuck you. A little bit of tribalism. I got it in me. I got it. I relate to you, Red. I got a little tribalism in me. Fucking Texas barbecue. It has to be fucking shredded beef. Yes, absolutely, all the way. And it has to be Stubbs. Austin's very own Stubbs barbecue sauce.
About shredded beef. I like
Made in
ribs
America.
too. I like pork ribs.
No
So
fucking
good.
dry rub bullshit.
Holden,
It has to- none of that. No. And here's what you get in Stubbs barbecue mess. Here's what you get. You get water. Perfect. Fucking perfect. Organic already. So long as it has some GMOs
You're
in it. 'cause
giving away their
I need to know. I
secrets.
need to know my water's pure. I want that
You're
fucking
giving
GMOs in it.
away the secret.
Tomato paste, apple cider, fucking A, vinegar, molasses. That's what we need in a
Ooh.
goddamn barbecue sauce. Molasses.
lots of molasses and brown
That's
sugar.
right.
That's the thing.
Cane sugar, brown sugar, fucking A, chipotle. Chipotle?
Ooh.
Chipotle.
Puree of something. I don't know. Puree of twatter? No, puree of something. Vinegar, tomato, and
Wait, again?
spices. Tomato paste, salt, red chili flakes, spices, onion powder, garlic, cornstarch, salt, chili powder. Contains less than 0.5 of garlic, natural flavor, and spices. Bam. It's fucking
Not enough spice then.
it's ketchup with molasses and red pepper. That's what the fuck it is. A little bit of garlic sauce. That's what you need. That's what makes a good barbecue sauce. And you put that all over some fucking shredded beef. And that's how you do it.
I like a sweet and savory barbecue sauce.
So what, no diced onions, no
I
garlic.
hate this. I
like
hate this
proper
question.
chunks of garlic.
I hate this question. I hate that Evelyn forced us to talk about something so mundane. Evelyn, I'm going to send you a
Yes.
snot in the mail. I'm gonna pick my nose, and I'm gonna pick my cat's nose, and I'm gonna roll it up into a ball, and I'm gonna send it to you with a straw, and that's what you get for fucking with my show, Evelyn. Thank you.
I'm not gonna pick my nose because I would never do something so repulsive. You fucking
So,
nasty, disgusting.
Saying that, what's Evelyn's second question? So Evelyn's second question. Cards Against Humanity is a great card game or a sign of our species'
What's
collective failure. Have you guys played
all the
Cards
plugs,
Against Humanity?
all the plugs today.
I know. Evelyn, what are you doing to us?
You fucking trying to
every
sponsor our
extension.
show? What the fuck?
None of these
Every
people
expansion
sponsor
pack.
us. You know what? I've never played the game. Have either of you played the game?
Yeah, I've played it. It's
You
fun.
played it?
Yeah,
Red,
It's
have you played it?
amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
it's fun.
It's like dirty apples to dirty apples to apples. It's amazing.
I see.
I've never
So,
played Dirty Apples to Apples, but I've played Cards Against Humanity. That's
So-
Well, then you
do-
play dirty apples to apples.
Oh, okay, cool.
so do you guys think it's a great card game, or do you think
Yeah.
that it's
When-
a sign of our collective failure as a species?
No, when
No,
you have a bunch of people at a party and y'all are drunk and you want to have a little fun, yeah, Cards Against Humanity is good.
Mhm.
There's no kids
I
around.
would say that the furry,
Yeah.
the furry expansion pack is a sign of the decline degeneracy of humanity.
Did you say a furry
Says
expansion
the
pack?
furry.
I've
furry
never seen
expansion
that one.
pack.
I didn't see that one. I think I just played the regular.
Yeah, well, they replaced one of the cards was in the vanilla deck is a bigger, blacker dick. the equivalent to that one in the furry card expansion pack is a bigger, blacker horse cock.
She's all about the horse
yeah,
cocks.
it
You
gets
seen her
weird, and
porn?
degenerate. Yes, I
So-
have.
So wait a minute, Red. I hear you goofing on the furry thing a little bit. Are you or are you not?
Yeah, I'm a furry.
Yeah. Okay.
What
fair enough.
animal are you?
Good question.
Yeah.
Look at you
I got
being
like
inclusive.
4 different. I got 4
You got
characters,
4?
but my main is a
Oh,
fox.
so you're a
Hence the
fluid,
last name.
fluid furry.
Yeah, I'm species fluid.
Nice. What is it again? What?
My main is actually a fox.
Oh, of course. No shit.
Duh.
So,
Well,
yeah,
fuck.
just a
Slap me with an obvious. What's your second? Duh.
no. That's my second is a draft horse.
A horse. All right.
So-
So you're either
What
a
breed?
fox or a
Hey, what
horse.
breed? Arabian?
Shire.
Shire. Okay.
Hmm.
And what else? What else? There's 2 more.
Yeah, I also have a raging lesbian rabbit and a another fox actually, which is my main's mother.
2 foxes.
So
in the
Are they
third
different?
one,
Are they like different types of foxes or?
no, they're same species. One's the mom, one's the
Oh,
daughter.
okay. Oh, okay.
Well, she's opening and closing with
Oh.
Fox because she's Fox.
Oh, this is very.
Yeah.
This is involved. This is
Now-
involved.
Now the third one you said is a lesbian rabbit. The
Yes,
other
a raging
three,
lesbian rabbit.
the other 3 are not lesbian. You're what?
Bisexual.
Okay. All
Wait
right, but the
a
third
minute.
one has
hold
to be
on.
lesbian.
Hold on. Fox
Got
and
it.
rabbit. Do you? Okay, hold on. Fox and rabbit. Do you sit and like have like a Zootopia jerk off session where your body's the rabbit and your hand's the fox, or vice versa? What is it you're doing there, Red? I'm worried about you.
No, honestly, my rabbit long predates Zootopia. I've had that character since about 2010.
Oh, I fuck with the furry thing a little bit. It's very compartmentalized, but tell me, do you know the website Hard Blush?
Yes, I do.
Of course you do. So are you a fan of the artist?
I saw that you were Yes, I am.
Anta's a friend of mine. One of my favorite characters off of that website of all those furry characters is a purple badger named Taylor, and I've cosplayed him for my website a few years ago. Have you seen that? Did you see that?
I think that's actually what introduced me to you.
Well, there you go. There you go. So I dip my toe in. I'm not like a lifestyle or anything like that, but I do get it. I do get it, and I can play around with it a little bit. And I like being on the other side of the screen, as it were. I like making the stuff. And but I appreciate it from a much more kind of, I don't know, weird, artsy, intellectual kind of level. So I don't think I'd ever go to a convention. Maybe.
Conventions are
I don't
fun,
know.
though, even just to go get drunk.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I'm not Xing it out altogether. I just, it wouldn't occur to me. The opportunity would have to be presented to me. I wouldn't go out on my own volition and do it.
Some crazy bang around.
But yeah, but yeah, I taste that a little bit. I get it. So that's pretty cool. So who wins, badgers or foxes? Do I kick your ass or do you kick my ass?
I'd like to see.
Well, badgers are bigger and meaner, so.
See, I kick her ass.
But
That's
I'm also
why
the
I'm the
fox from
host
the
of the
Badger
show.
State, so.
I don't think you can pet either one of them.
I wouldn't advise you.
Well, you can have a fox as a pet, but you can't have a badger as a pet. So who wins there?
Guys.
I wouldn't
Well,
have
as far
either
as
one of
pets
you
go,
pets.
foxes absolutely win as pets. I don't want a badger. You know what a pet badger is called? They call them ferrets. Have a ferret instead. That's how you do it.
Ferrets are cute, though. I like ferrets.
But they stink. I can't have a ferret.
Well, yeah, they
Ferrets
stink.
are,
The foxes
even when they're
stink?
descented, they still stink.
I never smelled
Well,
a fox.
fucking cats stink.
That depends on if they're housebroken or not. If they're housebroken, they stink. If not, they still kind of stink, but they're not that bad.
I want to put a bow on this.
It's like a dog. It's like a dog.
I want to put a bow on this episode. So here's how we're going to, because I said it at the very top of the show about 1 billion years ago. Here's how we're going to put a bow on this motherfucker.
We're going to go from badgers and foxes to bees.
Yeah. We're going to go from, we're eventually, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go from foxes and badgers to sexual abuse in the adult entertainment industry. Everybody buckle in. This is going to be a weird one. So
segues are weird.
Segues are atrocious. So for anybody that's been keeping up, for anybody that's watching this, for anybody that's seen past episodes or are following Stephanie or me on Twitter, we have a campaign going right now, and we're trying to let girls know, or anybody know, that's in the adult entertainment industry, first and foremost, but of course in any industry whatsoever, that we're trying to get people to, or trying to invite people to feel comfortable with speaking out against any kind of abuse that they've encountered in their line of work. From where Stephanie and I stand, where trans individuals in what is quickly becoming mainstream porn, but we're two names, as it were, in trans porn, and we know basically everybody in this niche, and we've all more or less, like 9 out of 10 girls have horror stories about abuse or harassment that they've had in this industry, and we're trying to let these people know that it's now okay to speak out. It was always okay to speak out, but the climate in the past 10 years has not been conducive to speaking out. People were afraid. People thought that if they spoke out against whatever harassment they went through, that they would lose work opportunities or that they would be shunned. And now it's just, luckily enough and unfortunately enough at the same time, now is the time for folks to speak out. So we've been running this campaign. It's deadgirlproductions.com/speakout.html. And we've been collecting stories from girls in the business. And that's open to everybody, no matter what business you're in. We're just speaking from where we come from. So that's the kind of stories we're getting first and foremost. But it's for everyone. We have 12 girls now speaking out against a very toxic person in this industry, Christian XXX, otherwise known as Christian, and some other really foul folks, some producers. If you want to know about these stories, if you want to know the details, go to deadgirlproductions.com/speakout.html. There'll be a link in the description. We're collecting these stories because they need to be heard. We need to warn future generations about the toxic atmosphere that is occurring in our business and their business. And we want to minimize that. We want to create what's essentially a kind of blacklist, a publicly known blacklist for all the worst people in the industry. And so that's what we're doing. And the site's been up for about 2 weeks as of the date of this show. And we're going to go within 2 days of the date of this show. We're going to be going to all of our trade publications to spread the word about this site. Right now, it's just a single page on my production company's website, but it will have its own official URL. And this thing isn't going to stop. We're going to keep this going forever, so long as we're alive, because people need to know that they're not alone. People need to know that it's not okay to be fucked with. People need to know that just because it's a sex industry, that doesn't mean that everything goes. Boundaries should be respected. your safety and well-being, your mental well-being, and your emotional well-being should be respected. It's just a job like any other. Just because it involves sex doesn't mean you're rife for abuse. So we're gathering everybody, as many people as willing to come forward as possible, and making this as public as possible, in the hopes that people that are on the fence will eventually come in and say, yes, I want to speak up, and this guy's an asshole, and everybody shun that person. And that's it. I mean, we're vying for the safety of our constituents, our peers, our friends, and our family.
We're just trying to make it better for the future. That's what you got.
Absolutely
Completely respectable.
So let's tie it up on that serious little bow. And Evelyn, I really do appreciate your questions. You simply got caught up. Your questions got caught up in a bit of silliness, where we are kind of experimenting with a new format with a new guest and a semi-long-time friend on the show. I mean, Wred, when did you start listening to the show? How'd you even know about the Approximate podcast?
Well, I was following you on another account, and this was a little bit after that cosplay that you did or whatever. But just following it, and a couple of summers ago, I saw it pop up, and it was just like, hey, I'm thinking of starting a podcast. It was just like, okay, I'll watch.
She was masturbating to your badger and then saw that you posted a podcast.
I support that idea. I don't even care if it's true or not. It's now canon. It's now canon that Wred Fawks was jerking off
Sure, we can do that.
to my Taylor cosplay, and then saw on Twitter that I had a podcast, and said, I have to watch this badger talk onto a microphone.
It's snorted as canon.
Forever. That's the official story. Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up. I got to do some plugs real quick. Wred, why don't you go ahead and I'm gonna grab a sheet of paper real quick. I want you to think about the plugs that you want to give, and I'll be back in about 5 seconds. Hold on.
Butt plugs.
All right. Well, I'm Wred Fawks over on YouTube, WRED space FAWKS. I try to make content, but I'm sort of going through a rebuild phase, and shit ain't going too well because I can't stream on my own anymore. So regular productions coming back sometime within the next month.
Okay, and of course, if you need any help with those endeavors, you're having any kind of problems that I can help you out with, just let me know. We'll talk, Wred. You and I will talk in private. Let's see here. So for the Approximate podcast plugs, real quick, you guys have heard it before. You'll hear it 1,000 times again. Number one, follow us on Twitter at ApproxPod. So yeah, do that. And two, get our podcast on iTunes through your phone's podcast app. Don't care if you have an Android or an iPhone, whatever you got. Hit your fucking iPod or your fucking, what is it? Your podcast app. You'll find us, Approximate Podcast, and leave a review if you do it through iTunes or whatever. That's very helpful. Three, visit the mothership. That's approximatepodcast.com. For a complete list of episodes, all of our social media links, and merch. So go fucking approximatepodcast.com, get a t-shirt like this very one that I'm wearing here.
Looks awesome.
Yeah, see, there you go. You can get one of those.
Shirt, and
it is a shirt, and it
on
will cover your tits.
Mhm.
Number four, most importantly, go to our Patreon account. That's patreon.com/approximatepodcast and become a patron. It's only $5 a month, and you'll get access to not only all of our free Monday shows and our free weekend shows, which are the TGQ&As, which you're seeing now, but we have a really cool 15-minute Nintendo show called Bad NES, where we play old Nintendo games and go over, it's very nostalgic, and it's kind of a goof, and that's a fun one. You'll get our The Void. That's where you get to listen to me banter for 15 minutes in kind of a journal format, where I have a bunch of interesting shit that I want to scream directly to your face from my brains. You'll also get my co-host, who's not here today, Orion Quest. You'll get his show, The 900, which is very much like the Void. He is very more stoic than I am. So if you're not into laughing, but you're into gaining knowledge, but you don't like laughter, check out that show. That can all be you can
Really
get all
deep
that
voices.
from
If you
the
like really
Patreon
deep
account.
voices, yeah.
It's $5 a month. Every month you'll get about 20 shows. $5 a month. Do that. And
That
I
comes up to
think
what, 40
that
cents a show?
yeah, it's about 40 cents a show, somewhere around there. I'll do the official math later. But I think that's it for now. Stephanie, any last words?
Quick thing, my birthday is on the 11th, and that really doesn't mean too much other than I'm getting a year older, and yeah, cool. I'm getting older and older and even older still. But this year, I'm gonna start it this year and definitely gonna continue it for the next couple of years. I've been fortunate enough over years to get fans to send me either through my wish list or through personal links or whatever to send me gifts and stuff like that for my birthday. It's awesome, I guess, because of my position in the industry or whatever. But instead of that this year, I would like for all of that to go towards more worthy causes. You know, and I got a list of them on my Twitter if you want to check my Twitter out.
Here's the short and skinny of it, folks.
Shut up.
Stephanie's going to have a birthday soon. And what you need to do is you need to go to her Twitter account, and she has a tweet where instead of giving her a gift, you can donate money to any of the charities, which are like, she has like 30 of them posted. Donate to any of those charities. And that would be the most perfect birthday gift for Stephanie.
Definitely. Because I just want to see people doing good and people being comfortable and happy and or rebuilding from what they lost or finding, you know, help through a tragedy or anything like that. There's many different charities on there that you can pick from. I tried to make it a broad list, but things that mean things to me. So like if you want to give to me, give to them, and that'll be given to me.
Right.
Thank you.
Spread that altruism. Do it. Do it. Red, do you have any last words?
No, I'm good. You're awesome.
All right.
I got one quick question though.
Yes, sir.
Did you do this entire stream in your panties?
Yeah, I absolutely did.
Some for your spank bank there.
Fucks given? Not. So I'm gonna, and I'm sorry for assuming your gender. I called you sir. That's okay. I call me sir. Hey, my name's James French, and I'm gonna play you out with a song. James French is gonna play you out with a song. There, we're even. Okay, so name a chord. Name a chord, Red. Because I'm gonna play this out.
You know what my favorite is? D minor.
All right, here we go. D minor. I'm gonna play this song out, and you can click out at any time, Red, because this is gonna be embarrassing.
No, I want to.
I met a girl one time. Her name was Red. She liked all the wrong things. I disagreed with Red, and I said, Red, you're wrong, baby. And then Red said, nah, you don't understand me, man. I'm just confused. I don't mean it. I don't mean to be an asshole. I said, Red, I know you're not an asshole. Come on, bring it back, honey. Come on, come on. And then I said to Red, come on, baby, let's go to bed. You know I don't hate you, baby. I'd rather be inside you instead of fighting left and right. Oh no, oh baby, we're fighting. And then I made it really awkward by playing this song. TGQ&A. Hey, good night, everybody. All right. So, good night, Red. Good night, everybody. We'll see you later.
Night, night.
Bye.